right. Welcome, everybody. Welcome to the Levi Blue Show, where we talk about life, overcoming daily struggles, and everything in between. I'm your host, Levi Blue. Happy New Year, everybody. Tank, Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, brother. What's going on?
Oh, not a whole lot.
We made it through the year.
Another year.
Yeah, we're going to start fresh today, New Year's Day.
I know that's right.
That's pretty awesome.
Amen. Happy New Year, Johnny.
Happy New Year.
You excited to be here?
Always.
Yeah, we can tell by the sound of your voice.
Shut up.
Well, we're glad you guys are tuning in today. Today's episode is going to be a Happy New Year episode, so it's going to be pretty awesome. We're going to talk about what are we grateful for in 2024. Did you like that? How it rhymed together? What are you grateful for in 2024? So now we're in 2025. New year, new us, all that good stuff.
Don't ever say that.
I can say what I want, guys, you know? You can just get out of here.
All them people saying new year, new me. Just because you switched to Diet Gatorade don't make you any different. It's not...
Diet Gatorade.
He's health conscious.
No.
It's New Year's Day. It's time for everything new. It'll last about 2 to 3 months, and then he'll be back on regular Gatorade. But leave him alone. It's his process, not yours.
March 17, he'll bring the same Dutch Brothers cup in here.
I said, first of all, I don't drink Diet Gatorade. What? That was not Diet. That was what was that?
I wasn't specifically aiming at you. I was talking about all the people in general.
You and I both thought he was aiming it right
I
at
did,
you.
yeah. Because he said he, so.
No, I had a better one, but we just probably couldn't air it.
I got my, I got that one, yeah.
Yeah, got the Dutch Bros. All right, so are you guys ready for today's show?
Amen.
This has been the first show in a while. Yeah,
I know, right?
The Christmas break kind of, gets in the way of things. And I sound kind of nasally because, the cold weather kind of does that to you. So just bear with me. And my brother's here. I'm sure you said your mom has been battling some sickness. And my wife and daughter was battling sickness. And so this sickness can just go away. So as far as I'm concerned.
Amen to that. Yeah, my mom even said that she went to the doctor and the cough syrup they gave her for her cough isn't helping her. So, yeah, but hey, thanks, doc, for the bad diagnosis.
It's just syrup. See, look at him over there.
Dude, I lay in bed at night. As soon as I lay down, I start coughing all night.
Sir, we're going to need you to put a mask on.
No. Yeah. You probably need to elevate yourself. That's what I have to do.
Yeah, stand up for the whole episode.
Bruh. All right. Well, actually, let me go ahead and pull this up. Our fun facts. Let me ask you guys this: what are some new things that you guys want to do for the show that we haven't done before that we can do in 2025? What are you thinking?
Maybe Tank could be funny.
What?
Nah. Nah.
No. Okay.
I'm good on that.
Yeah, but seriously, what are some things that we obviously do the fun facts and useless information, but what are some things that we could do? I
think we ought to do some board game type stuff, like Jenga or something. I mean, just something goofy like that. Just totally probably make buffoons out of ourselves.
Yeah, y'all watch us play Jenga for an hour and a half.
No,
we're not going to talk about nothing.
I just said that game. I'm talking about. I mean, there's a store here in town that we could probably go, and they probably have good, funny games that we may be able to buy
and get Twister. See how far we can stretch Tank out.
So I was trying to be serious, but
okay, all right. So maybe games like the digital games, as we could, we've done like the '80s thing before.
Yeah. There's so many variations of how what we could do. We could do a physical one where it's like right here on the table, possibly.
Yeah.
Obviously, a revised version, the short version.
Well, sure, yeah.
But I mean, just goofy things like that probably make us look just completely goofy and human,
You don't need any
kind of like when we do the what would you remove,
Oh yeah, that was fun.
See, I miss the games we had like that.
But I think
I
games,
do miss that already.
Yeah, so I think games we ought to bring some more games back. I also was thinking that maybe do more of more interviewing type.
Oh yeah, definitely for sure. Yeah, that's definitely a goal that we have, more interviews. So if you guys have any people we can interview, once you type it below, and maybe we have some good interviews on here.
Yeah, or even if we just bring on guests, like every couple of episodes, bring on a guest and we just bring up a topic and have them talk with us.
Yeah.
About that topic.
The highlight of that topic. Oh,
yeah. Different people, that way we kind of rotate and it's not just us three all the time. Not saying that's a bad thing by any means, but it spices up the podcast, I think, or would spice up the podcast.
Oh, yeah. I agree.
Yeah.
100%. You got any thoughts? What kind of games you thinking, Johnny?
We can do that hot sauce challenge like I do on them wings.
Yeah, or the dynamite chip challenge.
I was thinking the chip. Yeah, man. Yeah, we'll let Johnny do the chips.
I'll do the hot sauce. You can do
I
the
got all
chip.
this extra hardware in my mouth that blocks it.
Nope,
so
you
I'll
gotta take
win,
it all
bro.
out first.
No.
Yes.
We'll never do that.
Yes.
You will never see that.
I did too when you were getting them fixed, bud.
You will never see that
I
on
did
this
too.
show.
Okay, I saw it right across the street over there at that other place we go. You know?
I think it'd be more sensitive on his gums with the chip. You know what I mean?
if he removes the upper plate that he's got.
Yeah, because I got all this blockage in here.
Yeah.
Oh, I
I
see.
can't taste my food as it is. I just get in there and gnash it to death until
So I'll do the chip, and Johnny has to do the hot sauce because then he'll feel that all the way down his throat.
Or do the you ever watch that fire? It's the fire. It's got Kirk Cameron in it, and they're drinking like the actual hot sauce. But he actually drank 2 bottles of tomato juice, and then they were like, "Oh, we were just playing with you." He actually drank tomato juice, and he made old boy drink the hot sauce. You never seen that? We could do something like that. We could just mess
What
with
is that
Johnny.
on?
I already know
It's-
never to trust
it's
you
the,
two.
It's the fire. It's
Fireproof.
Yeah, fireproof. Yeah,
Fireproof.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because when he
I have seen it.
Because when he was sleeping, he was like, "I was just playing with you," and he was like, "Y'all were messing with me," because he was sleeping at night when it registered in his brain.
Yeah. I ain't
That's funny.
seen that in a long time. And I own that on DVD.
That's a good movie.
Yes, it is.
So, all right, well, let's just jump right into our favorite part of the show.
Fun facts of the day and useless information.
All right, here we go. You get to go first.
Hey, yay! I get to go first.
New year, new tank.
Yep. Hey, did you guys know that over 50 tons of trash are left in Times Square after New Year's Eve celebrations?
Really?
Did you also know that the confetti dropped in Times Square actually holds little secret messages on it?
Really?
Yeah. Happy New Year.
Johnny, what you got?
Man, I looked up New Year's ones. and I
I'm
didn't-
glad you guys did, 'cause that's what I did.
But I didn't like them, so I'm not
Okay.
going to use them. But
Okay.
I got a couple because Allie wanted me to let y'all know.
It's another Arkansas thing?
No, it's I posted this on Facebook, and she's like, "That has to be a fun fact."
Oh, yeah, yeah,
on
I
the Levi
remember.
Blue show, that the majority of bobcats are not named Bob. I just did that for a beloved guest we had. Anyway,
So, what was their name?
Allie.
Oh, no, I know.
Alley cats.
That was for you, Allie. All right, was that it?
No.
All right.
Did you know McDonald's once made a bubblegum flavored broccoli?
Ooh,
That's disgusting, and I like broccoli,
yeah.
but I'm not a fan of bubble gum, so.
I like.
I've never seen a vegetable at McDonald's. Not even what they put on the burger. I've never seen-
Onions.
no, listen, that is
Pickles?
not a vegetable. That stuff is processed and messed up.
All right. Well, I got approximately 30% of Americans make New Year's resolutions, but fewer than 10% are successful at keeping them. 23% of people quit their resolution by the end of the first week. 43% quit by the end of January. So come on, people. Y'all need to not quit and actually do what you need to do for 2025. Amen.
Amen.
All right, so it's like we were by ourselves, America. So yeah. So anybody got any other ones?
Oh, I got all kinds of them.
What else you got?
I got another one too. Probably.
Did you know that the actual first Times Square New Year's Eve party was thrown for a newspaper?
Really?
Yeah. And the guy that wrote that is credited for writing Old Lang Syne didn't actually write all of it.
Really?
Yeah. Did you also know that Baby New Year is extremely old now? I looked up all kinds of them for New Year's, so I mean,
I'm still not doing a New Year's one.
you're not.
No, because they were lame.
He's such a rebel. All right. Well,
Wait, I got the
okay. Go
my
ahead.
turn.
Give me another one. Go ahead.
Did you know that the referees at the Super Bowl get Super Bowl rings?
Really?
They don't even have to win, so they just got to show up and they get one.
I didn't know that.
They win no matter what.
I guess
I mean,
depends on how much Kansas City pays them. I don't know.
wow.
All right. Well, that has been our.
Fun facts of the day and useless information.
All right. How's your drink over there, Johnny?
Gone.
Empty.
Empty.
Mine's not.
All right. Well, today we're going to talk about what are we grateful for in 2024. So let me go ahead and pull this up. So Johnny, tell America, tell our listeners, what is something you're grateful for in 2024?
Man. Lessons.
What kind of lessons?
All of them.
What are you grateful for in 2024? That's our slide there with fireworks. Boom, boom, boom. So, well, let me just start it out. Maybe I can give you guys some direction here. What I put, because I did a sermon last Sunday.
He's going to tell us what we're grateful for.
Well, no, it's just to kind of give you what I'm grateful for is my walk with God. And so one of the things I talked about was in 2025, should your walk with God be closer? But that's up to you. You know, God's still going to be God. We just got to make the effort to either walk with God or walk away. And so that's one thing that I'm grateful for. But I'm going to go ahead and just read all mine, then you guys can chime in wherever you feel led. So my family, obviously, and that's just not to my wife and my kids, but also my brothers and their families. And then I've even put my brothers, like, these are you guys, my brothers, and the relationships that we built this year or this past year.
I'm the BRO part of that word, and you're the THER.
Theirs.
You're the there. I'm the bro.
And then number 4, and this kind of goes what you just said, though, about challenges and things you've learned, but learning about myself.
That's exactly what I'm talking about.
Just learning who you are as a person. So you want to elaborate on that?
Who I am as a person, where I go wrong usually, so where I can correct it now. Because my whole life, people's been trying to speak over the noise in my head. And I mean, I hear everything everybody says.
Yeah.
But somebody made it very clear to me, and God made it very clear to me here recently that I don't listen. I got a soft heart and a hard head. And I've had plenty of time to reflect on that and see where I didn't listen, and then all of it come flooding in at once because I had to go back and rehear all the stuff. I played it over, and then I could not only hear it, but I could actually take it in because I was trying for once.
So I don't know if I'm supposed to even respond to that, and that's pretty close to being right. But brother, you're just like any one of us. You listen, but you listen to you and follow through with it. Does that make sense? You will speak to other people, and I'm guilty of it too. Please don't think this is a pick at you, because I'm sitting there and I'm laughing on the inside going, I totally get. Yeah, no, we don't listen. We don't listen to what we need to hear. We listen to what we want to hear, and it's usually we want to hear ourselves tell us what to do, and then we follow through with it because it seems to make more sense than what someone truly trying to help us, whether it's God or God working through someone to us, no matter what. Too many times we go back to ourselves, and we make the best decision for us.
Well, let me tell you how God works. My whole life, like I said, people have been trying to speak over the noise in my head. My brothers, pastors, everybody like that, and I can't ever, like I said, I mean, I'll hear them, but it don't click because all the noise in my head. This little boy. I was talking to his mom about something, and I made a comment about, like, I don't know why I wasn't worth more than this. That little boy just stops while I'm talking to his mom, looks at me, he says, well, you know what, you're worth to God. So in 9 words, that boy did what none of y'all have ever been able to do in 38 years, and it shut me up.
It takes the right one for us to hear what we need to hear.
Yeah.
You can talk to 65 people. You can talk to me and him 65 times a day. You may never hear what we're trying to say because we may not be the ones that need to convey the one thing you need to hear to stop you for that one moment and get your path redirected down the proper channel it needs to go. Yeah. The good thing is that one person finally showed up and you got to that point.
Yeah.
It's happened for each one of us. You know, that one person was a voice inside my brother's head here when he was in a place that he really didn't even want to be in the first place. And it said, get out of here. You ain't supposed to be here. And what'd he do? He heard it and he made the change. You've heard it. He got you. He was able to do something none of us have been able to do yet. Cool. That was the one that was supposed to reach you, and he reached you. Now, what are you going to do with it? In 2025, you get to go to walk down that path now that he got you to stop. the one you were on. He stopped you dead in your tracks. Oh, I need to step to the left a little bit, or I need to step to the right a little bit, because that's the path I'm supposed to be on instead of this one I continue to put myself on. Me too. I'm just as guilty. But it takes that one, man, and that one was whether he's 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, or 48. That one kid said what you need to hear, and that's awesome.
Well, the good thing is God works in ways that we at least expected it, and that's what happened with his situation.
Amen to that.
You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
And I even think, too, and this is just because we're all emotionally connected, and so when we tell him what he needs to hear, he already knows that he don't want to hear it from us, but then when someone outside of us, he hears it, and it's like, then he comes back and goes, yeah, my brothers were right, but I had to hear it from a 7-year-old or a 9-year-old or whatever, you know what I mean? So
No, I'll sit back and look at it because I'll go talk to a few people about the same thing, whatever, and here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take in what every one of you are saying, but usually my human self is going to go with the one that I want to hear.
Takes over with the one that best suited what I believe.
Yeah.
That's our problem.
Again, just like I said on the episode a few times back, I am finally, for the first time in my life, learning to step out of myself and look at things. Because, I mean, December's always rough for me. But I made it through this one with minimal damage. I'm not perfect at any of it, dealing with anything. But I'm doing a lot better than I normally would. And I've taken huge steps in growth. And that's one thing also I learned about, a lesson I learned this year. Here at the end, I learned a lot of lessons. Anyway, like you pray for something so hard, and all this stuff around you starts happening. And you're like, that's not what I prayed for. You know, and he's like, God, why aren't you answering my prayers? And all this stuff's happening, and then you're like, say for instance, I pray, God, make me a man that's worthy of this blessing in my life. Okay, all this stuff starts happening. All of a sudden, that blessing goes away, whether it be permanently or for a short period of time. And I'm telling God, well, that's not what I asked for. And he's like, you need to shut up. That's exactly what you asked for, because.
But it wasn't the perception. It wasn't the fantasized perception you had of what it was going to look like.
No, because in what I want to see it is I'm going to learn how to deserve my blessing while I still got it. But God can't grow you in your comfort.
Okay, so I'm glad you're saying all that, because that was the whole point of what I said about learning about ourselves. Is because there's things, and that's the sermon I did last week, was God's getting things out of us that need to be out of us, because we can't take it with us in 2025. You know what I mean? And so it's like Johnny been going through what he's been going through because God's been getting that nonsense out of him, because God's I got something better for you, and I'm going to continue to get these things out of you. And he has made a lot of progress in the last 2 years that I've known him. And so, because when you watch him, you know, if he did mess up, he'd go relapse. And then he'd go relapse. But he hasn't relapsed, so he's been doing. But if he does relapse, it's a relapse in a different way. Does that make sense? Like it's
no, it totally makes sense, man. And that's the thing, is that right now, for the last 2 years, you've been shaped like this. God said, yeah, that's a cool shape, but that's not the shape for you.
Right.
I've got you shaped like this. I want to shape you here so that I can shape you like this. You've been limiting yourself because of the fantasized perception you had of what it is you wanted, and a lot of times the direct prayers that God, I want this. God, I want this. God, grant me this. God, give me this. God, I'm ready for this. But then your perception of what you were actually praying for was not what was delivered, and you were unwilling to accept that.
It's kind of like asking your parents for a car and they give you a job. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's still helping you though. But because it wasn't what you were asking for, we can. I'm not going to say you did. We can get resentful. That's not what I asked for.
And in the moment, I might have got resentful for the very first. You know what I mean?
Right.
But I sat down and I shut up because, I asked for a car. They gave me a job. How much more am I going to appreciate that car when I had to earn it? And how much more am I going to learn when I have to take care of it because it was my money and not their money? Or just like when I asked God to prepare me to be the person deserving of the blessing that he's given me. Okay, well, put the blessing behind the curtain. Work on yourself. Get to where you need to be. And when you're deserving, you'll either get that blessing or there'll be a new blessing. Either way, I don't know how it's going to go.
No, you'll get that blessing. But that blessing may not be exactly how you have it depicted.
Yeah.
That's the thing. And that's what we have to, as our dadgum human sides, we have to be accepting of that, is that I'm asking for this blessing, but this blessing may not be in the form that I believe it is right now. But as long as I'm continuing to seek his face, his grace, his knowledge, his wisdom, his path for me, I'll receive that blessing. I've never seen him fail us in that aspect at all. He won't. But that blessing may not be the fantasized picture, the oil painting, or what I call it the watercolor, because watercolor fades over time, but the watercolor image that I put when I first asked, that I put up on the wall. This is what I'm going to receive.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're going to receive that blessing. But what you painted may not be exactly what that blessing is.
Well, yeah, because my plans aren't nothing. It's like I said in the prayer last night, and it says in the Bible, Jeremiah 29:11, for I know the plans I have for you, plans to prosper and not harm you, plans to give you hope in the future. Now, I can have my hope that my blessing looks exactly like I want it to be, and in the long run, that's the standard of the blessing I hope to receive. So anything less than that, I'm not gonna settle for in my life. I'm gonna work hard, and I'm gonna get to where I need to go to get what I feel like I deserve in my life, because God wants me to be happy. He wants me to prosper, and I spent too long looking at these little blessings thinking they're all right, and then once you get the little taste of that big one, you know what I mean? I know where I need to be. I don't know how I'm going to get there. That's not for me to decide.
Yeah.
You know how you're going to get there. By leaning on him, trusting in him, and following him.
Oh.
That's your path, bro. That's all, any of our paths.
Oh, yeah.
That's
when
all
I
we
say
gotta
I don't
do.
know how I'm going to get there, I just don't know what it's going to entail.
Right.
Because it's not my plan.
Right.
Again, not my plan.
I agree with that. But we all know how we're going to get there. We
Yeah.
can't fool ourselves and think we don't know that, because we could then start believing that in ourselves, and we lose focus of what we need, the ideal things we need to be doing. Seeking him, trusting in him, being in his word regularly.
Yeah.
And then we become a Wednesday, Sunday Christian.
See, no, and
I'm not saying you are, brother. I'm saying us, we as in general.
I'm not saying that I haven't been. I've spent a couple of years with my toes in the water. Now I'm trying to jump on in. So my new goal is, I saw this on a reel when a pastor talking about it, and I had been thinking about it. I just didn't know how to word it until I watched it. It is now, I'm just gonna keep my eyes focused, and I'm gonna run so hard and so fast toward God that the only thing and the only people that I notice are the ones who are able to keep up. It's not about leaving anybody behind. It's about making myself move forward.
Because
getting closer to God.
The deal with that is you're probably going to encourage people to speed up with you, to run with you, to move with you. Yeah, definitely.
That's why
I'm down with that.
That's why
100%.
That's why I've been prophesying and telling people I'm gonna be a pastor by the time 2025 is over, and I'm still gonna do it. I don't care what it takes. I'm gonna work and I'm gonna do it.
But don't be discouraged if it's not by the end of 2025, because it may not be his time at the same time. You know what I'm saying?
It's time for me to step up. I know that.
That's probably that I believe is true. 100% believe that is true. He may mold you through 2025 to become that, shape you in areas that you probably didn't even know you needed shaping in right now. I mean, it is January 1st, so it's the very beginning of 2025, but he may even shape you in areas you're like, oh, I didn't even think about looking over that direction or looking at this part of me or that part of me. And then the end of 2025 comes around, and don't be negative towards yourself, or oh, it didn't work. That's not the plans for me or nothing like that. This year might be the molding year, and then you may go into the kennel, the whatever kiln.
You don't put me in no kennel, but
You're going to be on a kiln in the kiln, and then come 2026, you have been hardened and shaped.
Well, everybody's got their goals and they're all whatever, and that's my goal, and I don't.
Oh, I'm not saying don't work on that goal. It's a great goal to have for 2025.
God's gonna make a way.
But what are you grateful for in 2024?
Huh?
Yeah. What do you? Because you got stuck on my learn about ourselves, and that's great. So I'm gonna go ahead and say this part, and then I want you to tell me what you're grateful for. So one thing that I put, I'm learning more about my calling. So our listeners get to hear. I'm going back to school to get my master's in professional counseling, so I'm pretty excited about that.
Amen.
And so just learning who I am as a person, as a man of God, and all that good stuff. So Johnny, what are you grateful for? Obviously, you're grateful for the challenges and
the lessons, like
And
I
the
just
lessons,
said.
yeah.
It took me so long to learn. That's what I was explaining, and then you want to come over here and be a smart butt.
so you got deep already. So just give me something more on the surface level. You know, like I put, my family, my brothers, and our relationships. Well, those are still deep. But what are some things that you're grateful for? Like I'll just go ahead and say this. So as I was churning in my head and on the way here, I asked you if you had your license, because one of the things I want to help you do in 2025. Let's just see if we can get you a car. But we got to get your license first.
Praise God.
You know what I'm saying? So, and that's kind of what he was saying. It's like, well, you say, God, well, I want a car. We'll get you a job. Well, first I got to get an application. So the process is, and that's what I heard him saying. You know what I mean? So I'd like to be able to get you a car so you can get back and forth to work, and you can feel like you accomplished something.
I know that he's asking you, but that's so funny because I want to bounce off what you just said.
Yeah.
Because me and my wife were just discussing all of that.
Wow.
About Johnny. Because you are important to us, whether you know it or not. You don't even know that this conversation happened, but exactly what me and my wife were just talking about this 2 days ago about, does he even have his license? And I said, I don't think so. I said, the good thing is that he's going to be living 4 blocks from his new job, so he can walk no matter what. I was like, but hopefully now, with the money he's going to be making, that he should have extra money and we can get him to that point, because that's the next step. If he's got a good permanent position, the next step is to get this license back, so that we can then look at getting him, helping him get a car, however that looks.
I already know what it takes to get it back, because I looked into that last year. It's just
got to have the funds.
I had a lot of stuff happen that
It's the
derailed
funds.
it.
It's the funds and the means and all that to get there and get it.
Yeah.
Well, I want to clarify that you and I had not had this conversation.
No,
so that was a God
bro.
thing.
Yeah, that's right. That's why I was just sitting there. I'm like, that is hilarious. Cause
Like on the way here, I was just thinking, I asked him, I said, hey, you have your driver's license? And he's like, why, what's up? And I was like, I was just wondering.
yeah, and don't ever think I'm trying to attack you, because all I want to do is help you. I want to help you grow as my brother in Christ. So don't ever think I'm trying to attack you or think that I'm thinking that you're not going to make it or something. This is me wanting to encourage you, because there's 3 of y'all in particular that I'm always doing that with. One of them's not here on this podcast with us, but he works next door.
I just want to tell everybody watching, if you see me driving in a car, mind your business. Don't ask no more questions. If you see me driving,
Well, even that, if you see him riding a motorcycle, you better tell them mind their business. Yeah. Because I want to see him ride a motorcycle too.
Speaking of motorcycles,
I have one back here.
I know.
I mean,
We just got to get it running.
So, but here's the thing. And I'm grateful for the motorcycle, and I'm ready to, and I'm grateful for getting that in 2024. Thank you, buddy. We don't name names. We
Good friend.
anyway.
Yeah, good friend.
But I need a car before
Yeah,
I can even start sewing into my motorcycle. I mean, I need to get it out of here and see what I can do to get it running and everything like that. But
Oh, no, car definitely first. I was just being funny, but yeah, no,
Yeah.
I definitely need a vehicle.
Here's the deal. I've already thought about it. I get one more motorcycle out of my garage. I'd like to transport that over to my garage, and I can jack with it and probably have it running before you ever are actually ready to ride it. I mean, not that you don't know how to ride. I mean, before.
no, I don't know how to ride. I've never ridden a motorcycle.
But that's the thing is that But yeah, we do need to get it from here out there or somewhere other than where it's at. But I've been thinking about that too.
So this time, y'all got me off topic about what I'm grateful for.
All right, so yeah, what are you grateful for?
Actually,
I'm sorry.
we're all speaking about what you're grateful
Yeah,
for.
I'm grateful for my brothers and relationships I built and out everywhere. I'm grateful for everybody that's come into my life. I'm grateful that I got to spend time and know people who have left our lives. I miss you, Stephen. I do. I'm grateful that I got a head on my shoulders for the first time, and I don't remember how long that I can think clearly. And I mean, this is the first year that, and even took toward the end, really, that I can do that, The long-term residual effects, I get 1 year. I'm grateful that I made it through 1 year clean next Monday.
With what you have
Praise
gone
God.
through.
Yes, especially because
You have you've. I'm going to shut up because it's about you right now.
Well, now I don't know what to say because I'm speechless. That Tank thinks he can shut up.
we get the gist of it that you're thankful for your brothers, and I think that's awesome. Yeah. I think it's great that you're sorry. I think it's great that you recognize where you've struggled, but you also I see the growth in that struggle. You know what I mean? So I think that's awesome. So let's just go ahead and skip to Tank. So Tank, you tell me what you're thankful for in 2024. While you get your thoughts and notes together over there, Johnny. Tank, what are you thankful for in 2024?
The relationships that were already started but have grown. They blossomed, ballooned, you know, and progressed in a positive way. The triumphs, defeats, and changes. I mean, because I've had some things that kind of, I was like, well, that, ouch, but thank you. And then this is awesome, you know, amazing. And then, hey, I'm going to go back to college. What? Man, you're 48, dude. You're an old guy.
You are old.
Yeah. Why are you going back to college? Because I'm only limited by my expectations. And if I expect very little out of me, guess what I'm probably going to produce? Very little. So why not go ahead and jumpstart that again and get me, you know, dig a little deeper, push a little harder, go a little further. Because that's what he wants. He don't want me to, hey, God, thank you. I know I love you, and my heart is your heart, and you're inside me, and your spirit lives within me. And then I just sit back.
Like a little hermit, yeah.
Yeah, no. So, yeah, man, pains we get to grow and heal from. So I'm always grateful for that because I learned just as much from pain as I do from the joys. I've had all kinds of tremendous joys, you know, the joy of making it through my dad's first birthday without him, you know. That was, it sucked, but pardon my language, but it was also awesome, you know, to like celebrate him and not let it like devastate me, you know.
Yeah, that's good.
Getting through the 1 year anniversary of his passing and all that, you know. Those are growing experiences though, because it pushes me to want to further God's message, God's kingdom, you know, through me, because I know my dad is who really got me to stop. My dad was the voice that I finally heard, who'd been talking to me for 20 years about the same stuff, and I'm like, psh, psh. And then finally I looked at him and I said, yeah, sure, I'll go with you here. And then I'm looking at him going, did you set me up? Because everything, you brought me right to where I needed to be to hear what I needed to hear, but it's almost like you and him planned this. And he goes, no. He planned this. He just asked me to get you to where you could hear.
That's good.
You know?
Yeah.
So that, of course, that was 12 years ago. But, I mean, I want to further that because I know it's making my dad happy up in heaven. You know? And so all kinds of things through 2024, man, have just been amazing. You know, changes. My wife deciding she going to go back to school as well and stuff like that. It's just, you know, grandbabies and... You know,
I got one of those in 2024.
Yeah, it's just so many. To pinpoint one thing, there's not just one thing. There's so many things throughout 2024 that I'm grateful for, and it does include some pains and some struggles, but it also includes a lot of joys, relationships, perspective change on the job, like we were talking about before we started the podcast, about the new ideas I have going into 2025, what I want to do, the transformation I want to do in certain areas of the work, of job. But really, the biggest part is the relationships, though. I mean, really, you know, we've come a long way. We've come an extremely long way. Andrew and I have come a long way, you know.
You're still ugly.
Yeah, that's okay. What? It's okay. I'm cool with that. But the relationships is the main thing. I'm grateful for where I'm at with the men that are in my life today. You know, it's totally a transformation because I struggled with an area that I wasn't willing to give up, but I wasn't willing to participate in. You know, and you know what I'm talking about. And finally I was able to turn that corner as honestly, as painful as it was, but I wasn't really I was actually taking from that particular part of my life. I was actually saying, hey, yeah, well, I got this, but I'm not participating. And that's not right of me. But that's because God had other plans for me. He wanted me to participate in this. He wants me to be at my church where I go to participate there and be there for brothers like Johnny, who this year we really started developing something in 2024. I've been talking to you since 22 or 23 when I first started coming.
I've been the end of 23 because
It would have been.
It was 23.
It was August of 23.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. And yeah, I'd get about 3 sentences out of it, and that's about it. You know?
no, it was after August because I got married in September of 23, and it was after October because that's when it fell apart.
Okay, so then it was October, November. Then I started going in July, so
Yeah.
so yeah, so okay, October this whenever somewhere around 2020, the end of 2023, regardless of the date, it don't matter. But we've come a long way from you sitting about 8 rows in the center section and me getting about two to three sentences out of you, and then you shake my hand, sit back down, and put your head on your knees.
You know, it's ironic because Johnny's so outspoken. That's why I always refer to like the Joker, because he can put on the funny face and he can also put on the serious face. But I can always tell when something's wrong with him because he won't say nothing.
He ain't saying nothing.
And so, because he's, you know, I'm not saying he's an actor, but if he ever was in a movie, he'd be a good actor because he could just flip it, boom, like that, like a, you know, on the drop of a hat. You know what I mean? But he's grown so much in that. That's why I'm proud of him.
Definitely. And I'm also grateful, you know, for venturing into some of the external classes that we have at church.
Yeah.
Learning about just like when you were preaching this last weekend.
Oh, yeah.
What does Pastor John talk about? You're what? I'm a child of God. Hey, this is my sermon. but little things like that we, you know, I know that my words have power. Mm-hmm. I've been focused on that for a long time. You know, for the last 12 years, my words have power. If I speak negative things about me, I'm going to feel negative and I'm going to act negative. Mm-hmm. But little things like that, you don't realize just how they stick with you because you know, I can speak my words have actions and I can speak however I want to speak. But some of that stuff actually sticks and stays and resonates in us. And when we hear it, however many months ago when I was in the class, but then we hear someone talk about it and it's child of God. You know, immediately comes out of my mouth. You know, it's like, yeah.
He used to talk about I'm an extrovert, and I am. But that's another thing I'm grateful for in 2024 because 2022, 2023 took that out of me. And time before that took that out of me. And now, you know, I use CR as my outlet. I use this as my outlet, but I'm back out there and I'm using my voice and I'm using my flamboyance, if you will, I guess, because I have a way of speaking, and I'm really good at it. And now, for the first time in my life, I can use it for good and get something out there, you know?
That's good.
Because, I mean, I can draw, like you said, like an actor or whatever. I don't really feel like it's acting when I do this.
No, I know that.
I can draw you in. Like, if I can get up there, I start talking, people listen.
Oh, yeah.
Because I can
Sometimes.
No, they listen. That's how I know I'm going to be a pastor, bud. And I'm practicing it like last night. I mean, 5 seconds up there, and it just came to me, and I just went with it, man. And I could see it touching people, and it made me feel so good that I was actually up there speaking to God about God.
Yeah, he had a good message last night. He really did. He got them to engage about lifting their hands to the heavens and, you know, declaring that Jeremiah 29:11, which was good. So, but I want to take a break, and I want to end on this question because this is a question that I asked in my sermon last week. Was, are you satisfied with your walk with God? Because my answer was no, I'm not. Because in 2024, that's what I learned about myself was, I already took it off, didn't I? I learned that, you know, I really wasn't as close to God like I thought it was. And I think I needed to be deeper. Not saying I'm not close to God, but I think I need to go more deeper. Does that make sense? Because God was getting things out of me.
Makes perfect sense.
That I needed to get out of me. And so, and I think he uses brothers like yourselves to make that stuff aware and go, yeah, I think you need to get that out of you. You know what I mean? Because in order for it to come out of you, or in order for you to grow and be what you're supposed to be and step into that new stage, you got to get this out first. And so, and that's what he did in 2024. He was getting it out of me. And now I don't even have that desire, which is great. You know what I mean? So, one of the things he works with me is just my mouth. You know, like I say, our words have power, especially with our children. It's like, you know, my son's getting older now, and it's like, yeah, I'd like to karate chop him, but I have to realize he's still a young man. He's still a boy. He's still growing. You know, and in reality, he is a growing young man. But in reality, but as of now, he's still a boy. He really is. In his mindset, he's still a boy. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah.
But God's been really working me on that. You know, you need to stop, process what you're trying to say, and then but meet him on his level. Does that make sense? And that's one of the things that you and I have talked about before.
Yeah, see, what too many of us fail to realize is that every time we do things like that make us uncomfortable, oh man, why'd I do that? Oh, why'd I say that? Oh, why'd I do that again? We're building up, like plaque on our teeth. You don't brush your teeth for a long period of time, you get plaque build up, and your teeth start rotting away. Well, only we build black, if you will, plaque on our insides, man. And it starts filling up a spot where God could be within us.
That's good.
And we start decaying, and it starts decaying away our insides. Therefore, we start doing it more often. But with knowledge that we have, and then asking that question like that, and then answering it for ourselves, it's like, okay, no, I'm not. So what do I need to do? I need to chip away that dead hole, that decaying plaque that I've got within me. I need to chip all that out of the way. Why? Because then there's going to be a hole left that I can fill with Him.
Amen.
And that's, too many of us don't. We miss that point. We instead just continue to let it build and build and build, and all it's doing is spreading across, and now our spirit is full of blackness, full of I don't want to say death, but full of negative unworthiness. It has zero God and all devil is pretty much what it is.
Right.
And if that's how we are, that's how we're going to act.
Yeah.
And instead of turning that corner towards the light, I'm going to continue to stay in that darkness, and it's just going to get deeper, heavier and heavier, and
acting out you and everyone around.
Exactly. Acting out a few times where the boy's going to be, where he's literally he's just a piece of scum. And the reality is that, yeah, and so are you now, because that's all he sees, and that's all he expects is from you, is that negative, blah, 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 blah. Dad don't even love me, and that too many of us, I've been there.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that my insides don't have no plaque or nothing. There's a lot more God in there than there ever has been, and I'm grateful for that.
Praise God.
But I still have my moments too.
Sure.
And so, no, I'm not where, I 100% believe I'm not where God wants me to be either, but I'm nowhere near where I want to be with Him. So knowing that, and knowing that His plans are way greater than where I'm at this moment in time, nothing but the sky. That's the limits, you know what I'm saying? And I can't see where the sky ends. Not even with binoculars. So let's get it, God.
That makes sense, because no matter where I was, I'd tell myself in some way I'm unworthy. I'm not making enough money. I'm not doing this. I don't have this yet. I don't have that. And you can only tell yourself you're unworthy so many times before you become unworthy, and then you can only blame yourself when everything's gone.
Exactly.
So, and it's like he's talking about. I think that last year, I can say last year now, was the year of getting it out of me, because now I know I'm worthy. I know where I need to be, and God gives us these gifts.
So now there's this big hole right here in Johnny, ready to be filled up by the love of Him.
That's what I'm saying.
Love of the woman.
He gives us these gifts and these abilities, and if we're not using them to glorify Him, then we're wasting them. And
awesome.
I'm ready to use mine, and that's what I'm trying to do.
I can't stop smiling right now.
Pastor
That's awesome.
in 2025.
Amen.
And I'm going
Rock on, brother.
to
I
speak
hope
that
so.
into life.
Yeah.
Amen.
I will at least be able to officiate weddings if I have to go on. Because my cousins are going to get married soon, and I would like to do that for them. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, brother, sometimes starting small.
On the job training, dog. I'm good with it.
Starting small. Hey, man, because, hey, you know what? If a mountain is hollow on the inside, is it going to last long?
No.
No, but if that mountain forms over time, guess what? It's steady, strong, going to last a while, huh?
And just so anybody knows, whenever I am able to do weddings and stuff like that, I'm not charging. This is not about money. This is about me giving back to God and giving to the world.
But I am his promoter, and I will be charging you $100 per wedding.
We're going to take a break, and when we come back, we're going to do our closing thought.
Well, I think you need to remove the first 15 minutes.
All right. And we're back. Tank, how was your break?
It was good.
Yeah?
Oh, yeah.
New break in 2025.
He's got a headache having to listen to me the whole time.
Never.
No, we're good, brother. I think those conversations behind the scenes are healthy, too, by the way.
I love it.
Just FYI.
I love it. It's good companionship. You know what I mean? Really.
Oh, yeah.
And it's bond building. which is one of the papers I just wrote about, was about bonds and family not being just blood. Family is deeper than blood. That was actually the last paper that I wrote yesterday that I'm waiting on them to, my rough draft, was about family deeper than blood.
Well, but it's conversations that should be happened behind the scenes and not, like I have to explain this to my uncle that just posted on our pictures that I posted. I was like, it's not for public consumption, buddy. You want to talk to me like that, talk to me in private. So,
Yeah. That's the uncle I met.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was a good dude.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it's really bond building and it helps form deeper parts of our relationships together. Really. To me, it does. I mean, maybe it's just me, but, you know.
No, I
So
agree.
I dig it.
No, I agree.
I would hit him with a shovel by the time they're out.
And I keep a bottle of aspirin in my back pocket. That's why I don't have headaches.
Praise God. So we're going to play our first Would You Rather in 2025. I got to find this thing on here. I don't even know where it is.
I didn't know that looked so fancy.
What was that? What is it?
I bought it the other day when I
that
bought
it?
my little book so I could
Yeah.
start writing like offer messages and stuff. And it's like, look all fountainy pen. Look,
What is it?
it looks fancy.
It looks like all fountainy pen.
Yeah.
It is a fountain pen.
I thought it was just going to be like a look, but that's cool.
Yeah, that's pretty cool though.
Yeah. Put a feather on it.
What?
You can put a feather on the end.
I don't know where this thing is.
It's not on there.
Yeah, it is. Let's just look at the words. Would you rather? Would you rather? I don't even know. All right. Well, keep the guests occupied while I figure this out. Johnny.
Johnny, keep it good. How y'all doing? Thanks for choosing the Levi Blue Show. We know you have a choice in podcasts, and we're glad you continue to choose ours.
I don't even know where it is. That's
2025, we're going to have commercial breaks.
crazy. We probably need them.
We can just like a moment with Johnny. Or
A moment with Johnny.
10 seconds with Tank.
That's pretty good, actually.
So maybe in 2025 we'll go to the Levi Blue Show with your co-host Keith, and we'll transition out of the Tank thing.
We
I
can-
called you, Keith, the other day. You
we
looked at
can
me
do
like I
that,
was
yeah.
stupid,
I know,
so I was like, I don't want to do it.
I'm cool if you want to do that.
Maybe, why not? Because I am Keith these days.
Technically, it is your name.
Well, if he's going to his real name, you can call me Laser.
Laser.
All right, we'll just add it in later. I don't know what happened to it, where it's at. So, would you rather? We're gonna do a would you rather with all of us. Here we go. You guys ready? Let's do our drum roll here. Oh, there it goes. I'll go first. Would you rather turn into E.T. or an alien from Space Jam every night? Johnny?
You talking about the Monstars?
Yeah.
Psh, yeah. They can do all the stuff the Looney Tunes do. That's what I want to do.
Play basketball.
E.T. or...
The Monstars.
Okay.
They're awesome.
You can ride a bicycle over the moon.
They're aliens that were mutated with like Patrick Ewing and other players. You know what I mean? They're cool.
I just want to be Bugs Bunny with some Space Jam.
No,
Jordans
he
on.
said the aliens, which
He
were the
said Looney Tune. Oh, he
No,
said
it's
aliens.
Space-
He
which
said
were the, they
aliens.
started off as the Nerdlings. They became the Monstars.
The Nerdlings.
Yes.
Yeah. He knows entirely too much.
All right. Would you rather be as tall as wide or as wide as you are tall?
Is that like a...
That's all you are.
Is
wide
that
and
directed at me? Because I am as wide as I am tall.
wide. If Matt's watching, he's disappointed right now.
Probably so. I don't think Matt watches the show.
I make him.
Do you?
Yeah.
Oh, do you make him watch the snippets?
Yeah.
Would you rather have to swim everywhere you go or bear crawl?
I think I'd rather swim.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yep.
I'd prune. So I want to do the bear crawl.
Would you rather have to shake hands with everyone every time you meet someone, or offer your foot to them as a handshake? Just give them your foot.
Well, being I'm going to be as PC as I can. Being that we know some people don't wash their hands after they go to the restroom, I'd rather hand them my foot because I have to go in for hugs instead of shaking hands. And you know what I'm talking about,
I
brother.
do. Hey, all right. What do you think, Johnny?
I mean,
You got off him your foot?
there's a lot of people I don't want to touch at all.
You just gotta get a lot of hand. Are you from Arkansas? Put some hand sanitizer all over you.
I would shake hands because I could just go wash my hands. Offering my foot would
Golly.
that would be just awkward, and I'd probably fall down.
Yeah.
They grab my foot and they yank it too high, and I'm laying on my back. So I just shake hands and then either keep sanitizer in my pocket or
Catch me after work, they're gonna fall down too.
All right. Would you rather Would you rather have steam out your ears like a train every time you got mad, or bark like a dog when you were excited?
steam for sure. That would be cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be awesome.
What do you think, Johnny?
Yeah, steam. I mean, I already can't hide it when I'm mad. So
Why is your face red? No. All right. Number 6. Would you rather shed pixie dust or stick to every surface? So you stick to the ground like you're stepping on gum.
Wait, what was the first part?
Shed pixie dust, like you're shedding like a dog, but it's pixie dust.
Click dust everywhere you go.
What do you think, Tank?
But pixie dust is kind of like glittery-ish in a sense. You
It
know,
makes you fly too.
well, so I think I would rather shed pixie dust. I think I don't want to stick to everything.
Yeah, neither.
That's
No.
no. Pixie dust. I'd have to vacuum a lot, but whatever.
What do you think, Johnny?
He looks like a gnome. He sheds like a pixie. No.
I thought Danny looked like a gnome.
Today he did.
Did he? Oh, did you
Yeah.
see him today?
Yeah, it was his red Carhartt beanie. I got one just like it, but like with his beard and everything, yeah, it looks just like it.
A little homie Romeo.
Yeah,
Know me Romeo.
I don't want to
Yeah,
stick to
no,
nothing, so I guess I'm
Nomeo.
gonna shed pixie dust with Keith.
It's a new man. It's Keith. All right. Would you rather wear 3 hats at one time, or never wear socks at all?
3 hats at once.
I've wore 3 hats at once all the time. Like,
Yeah, I'd do the Sherlock Holmes Watson look. Yeah, 'cause
Yeah.
Sherlock Holmes had the double-sided hat already.
Yeah.
And then you'd have to have the Dr. Watson over here on the side or something. I don't know. Just,
All right. What do you think, Johnny?
3 hats. I thought I said that.
Oh, okay.
You're not paying attention.
I know. It's all right.
I can't go without socks. If I'm going without socks, I'm going without shoes. I'll be barefoot.
All right. Would you rather? Right. I don't want to do that. That's stupid. All right. Would
That's
you
the one
rather?
he chose was stupid. I hate to see the standard.
Would you rather always have eyelashes in your eye, or always have hair in your butt crack?
There's hair in my butt crack.
I'm going to say B.
I'm gonna
I'm going to choose B.
I'm gonna skip that one. Yeah. All right. Would you rather only be able to whisper or only be able to shout? We know he couldn't whisper.
You're not the only one told me that.
I think it'd be cool just to be able to whisper.
Yeah, I'd like to learn how to.
Yeah.
You ever watch those guys on the reels that do the dad jokes and they're in the deer stand
Yes.
whispering?
Or they're sitting on the dock.
Yeah.
Dude, those are so funny.
It's hilarious. They even have an alien one doing them.
Yeah, I've seen all of those.
Those are funny.
I haven't seen Alien.
Yeah.
We need to bring the dad jokes back in
We
2020.
can do that. Yeah.
We just do it where we're all sitting behind one camera or all 3 cameras, but then we just, like, maybe for the whole show, do dad jokes.
We could do that.
And then what we can do is break the show up, like inserts into. We just do one
I don't
whole.
like breakups, Hank.
We know.
All right. 2 more. Would you rather not be able to control your laughter or not be able to control your tears?
Let's go for laughter for a change, bud. Let's go for laughter.
Your mouth starts to hurt after a while when you laugh so much, or your belly.
Yeah, but then your nose and eyes hurt though from if you're tearing all the time.
Yeah, that's true.
Because you're always doing this.
Yeah.
And you rub your nose raw and your eyes are just bloodshot. I don't know. That's a tough one, actually. I'll go with laughter.
Okay.
Wait. Read the question one more time, please.
All right. Would you rather not be able to control your laughter or not be able to control your tears?
I'd rather not be able to control my laughter. My throat might go hoarse, but I'd rather go hoarse than have bloodshot eyes and a really red nose, Rudolph the reindeer nose from rubbing my nose and my face.
I feel like this is an attack because I don't ever have control of my emotions. But because I don't have control of
All right, last one. Would you rather have to communicate only with emojis for a day or speak in rhyme for a week?
I think it'd be cool to speak in rhyme for a week, but I'm going to pick emojis for a day. For 1,000, Pat.
Well, I was going to pick emojis, but since Hank did, I'm going to go with the rhymes.
Yeah, I'd probably pick the rhyme.
It's like eating salt and vinegar potato chips.
Yeah, I know. All right. Well, thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for tuning in today's show. Hope you guys learned something new. Hopefully, you're grateful for 2024. Make sure you like, subscribe, share this video, comment this video, but also in the comments, share where you are grateful, what you're grateful for 2024. Maybe even share what your plans and what your goals, what God's put on your heart for 2025. We love you guys. Thank you for tuning in. Johnny, tell them something encouraging.
Something encouraging.
Or smile.
Well, you make up your mind.
That was something encouraging.
Yeah, exactly. All
Make
right.
up your mind.
All right, give me something real quick. Something you're looking forward to in 2025. 30 seconds.
Who?
You.
Why me?
Because I said,
I'm looking forward. Gosh, start my new job.
praise God. Tank, something you're looking forward to in 2025.
Growth.
Growth. That's a good one. Something I'm looking
Because he
forward
is short.
Something I'm looking forward to in 2025 is going back to school. I'm pretty excited about it. All right, we love you guys. Thank you for tuning in.
And
Tank.
one last thing.
Oh, yes.
I might be short, but in the words of Donald Trump, you're fired.
You can't fire me.
All right, until next time, I'm your host, Levi Blue. Tank, until next time, tell them goodbye.
Goodbye and God bless.